So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a Navion 180S, or 180A, I'm sorry. It's got the circulation pump on the inside. Fortunately, the homeowner has a dedicated return line that was previously installed on their tank type water heater, so we've tied into that, got it tied in. A couple things up top. You can see there's your intake air. So screen's on, just draws air out of the garage area. Of course, the exhaust comes up and terminates on the outside of the building. And while we're out there, we'll take a picture of everything so you can see. There's your exhaust up there. It's got the vent cap on it, whatnot. And everything's silicone. All the penetrations we made in the wall, completely filled with silicone up to and including behind the flange and sealed completely. Why? We don't want any water in your building. So anything that we penetrated, like here, you can see silicone off the top, silicone off the top. It's like an almond color or biscuit color, so same thing we use in our house. We got about the same color stucco there. Weird color from Kenyan stucco. Anyways, this is the condensate line stubbed out. You can see it's 90 down, so when the unit runs, that'll drip right there. This is the relief valve, so in the event, every year when you pop that off, or if too much pressure builds up in that tank or in the tankless unit, the pressure will come out right there. So those are our 2 points of penetration. Everything is silicone closed. Nice little cover gasket up there. Down here, all the plumbing was brought down. What we like to do is just turn all the plumbing down and put isolation valves on right away. Reason being is we want to be able to shut this off. You do have shut-off valves down here, the two yellow handles that are vertical. Those are shut-off valves. However, it doesn't leave you a lot of room to work on any of this. So what we like to do is give you two additional valves. There's only one required on the cold side, but we put one there and one there. That way, in the event you need to do something into this piping, whatever needs to happen, you shut it off right there and your house stays on. You don't have hot water, but you'll have cold water for the home. Brought it down, went ahead and strapped it. I got a block in here and got it strapped so that this pipe's not bouncing around. And then, of course, just a little jumper cable. It's the Falcon stainless steel connector, full 3/4 flow, over to I think it's 2 gallon or 2.5 gallon, I'm not sure. It's a ProFlow expansion tank. Anytime you close the system with a backflow preventer or a check valve, we got a spring check valve right there. It only allows cold water to go in this direction. That's it. We don't want the hot water to sneak back up. So check valve water can't go back that way. But when you close the system, it creates extra pressure. And that's what this is for. It absorbs that pressure. It's a bladder in there. It absorbs the water pressure, and it'll treat this unit real nice. So that's installed. And then, of course, cold water over to the unit there. You've got your main shutoff valve, and you got your flush valve in the front, the blue handle. Hot water comes down. You can see the copper right there. That breaks over, comes to the hot side, and you can see yellow handle shuts the unit down. Hot water is for the flush. They're the red. So the red handle and the blue handle, that's for flushing once a year. You shut off the yellow handles, which means they're going to be horizontal or perpendicular to the piping. And then you turn these guys on, drain all the water down, and get your vinegar and flush it out. And so that's in. We did go ahead and get the condensate out. You can see it's tied in back there. And then we did a couple hard straps to the plywood. We like to mount this on the plywood right here. It gives us a little pocket, gets us off the wall a little bit, so we're not trying to work against sheetrock. Plus it gives us a way to strap things. So we've got that relief line strapped, and the reason why is you bump that and it'll snap off this point of connection up top. We've done it in the past, and so we like to make sure that nothing moves this line. Then, of course, a little scutcheon to cover the hole out there. Relief valve comes out. You can see it's tied in, Falcon stainless steel connector. One strap right here, which is into the Kingstead. This is tight. It's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, it buries the 90 in the wall, so no escutcheon on that. But we've tested this. So we've popped off the relief valve and drained it outside. It's set to 140. That's at the homeowner's request. 120 is typical water temperature for any home. You raise it to 140, and of course she's full aware. She's a nurse, so she knows what's going on. You temper the water. You don't just stand at 140 degree water. You mix a little cold water, and you're good to go. But so 140 does, and it's right on the side right here. You can read it. Warning. Blah blah blah. Over 125. So you could easily go up to 125. Anyway, so she's going to leave it at 140. We've got the switch set for internal circulation. We've got the pump plugged in. We bled out the water lines. Got a little bit of debris. I'd recommend doing some old towels in the laundry, some old dishes in the dishwasher. Flush things out, before you brush your teeth, or, just things like that, because you're going to get some residual blow through from the flux and the solder from all of these joints that you see have connected. So everything there is good. We had a couple error codes called Navion. We got that resolved. Gas is on, power's on, unit's working great. Outside of that, this installation is done.